So last night, after Question Time had finished, Nigel Farage went onto social media and posted about his Makerfield candidate. A great performance from Robert Kenyon tonight. 299,000 people saw that tweet. So let's talk about what that performance actually looked like. Now, if you've been following this channel, you already know the background on Robert Kenyon. Reform's man of the people, the anti-politician, the self-employed plumber, Farage unveiled with something approaching genuine pride. The deleted Facebook, the suspended Twitter, the fascist Facebook friend that Searchlight had flagged directly to Farage, twice, 2 years ago. The 41 other Reform candidates with the same friend in the last general election. We've covered all of that, and there is a link in the description if you want the full picture. What happened this week is what happens when a party doesn't vet its candidates and then gets asked about it on camera.
You have said that Russia was well within its rights to invade Crimea, part of Ukraine. That'll sound to some people, won't it, like you're sympathetic to Vladimir Putin?
Absolutely not, Chris. I've served in the Army Reserve since, and I'm totally against the illegal annexation of Crimea.
So you changed your mind on that?
Things have happened since. People change their opinions on things. And
he said Russia was well within its rights to invade a sovereign country. His defence is that he's changed his mind. Not that it was wrong or that he understands why it matters. Just opinions change, don't they? People move on.
Let's talk about Brexit. You said that the Leave campaign peddled nationalistic pish during the Brexit referendum. Did you back Brexit? Did you vote for Brexit?
100%, and on that, Chris, I voted for Brexit.
So who was peddling nationalistic pish? I mean, some critics of your party leader, Nigel Farage, would accuse him of that.
No, to be honest, I don't even know what context. I'm not sure what nationalistic pish means. If I'm
well, you tell me. You wrote it.
I've no recollection of saying that.
He doesn't know what his own words mean. Words that he wrote, posted publicly under his own name. But here's one thing that tells you everything.
You made sexual remarks about Carol Vorderman.
Sorry, I have not made sexual remarks about Carol Vorderman. Somebody else did, but then I responded with a crass joke about that comment. So personally, I didn't make the comment.
Carol Vorderman said what you'd said was disgusting. There's a pattern around some of the remarks you've said in the past that have sounded like they were degrading women.
There might have been a few crass comments. If I'm as an elected public official, which I am now, I wouldn't make any crass comments because everything you do say is under a microscope.
And it's just the same as before, not admitting that he was wrong or why he understood women found it offensive. And it's not even could even say that he was grown as a person. The reason he wouldn't do it now is that he would be caught. The microscope is only the thing that's standing between Robert Kenyon and the next crass comment. And that's the man Reform put in the ballot paper for Makerfield. And that's the man they called brilliant. And then came Question Time. Now, fittingly, it was held in Makerfield itself, the constituency that he wants to represent, and the people that he wants to speak for. And it did not go the way the Reform social media team were kind of hoping.
I'd rather have a career politician than a plumber who's a sexist.
A woman in his own constituency, not some journalist or some political opponent that's trying to do a hit job, just a voter sitting in the audience told him to his face that she'd rather have a career politician than him. The very thing that he was selected specifically not to be.
You described yourself as sexist.
Allegedly.
You're denying that was a tweet by you?
No, some of the things, not.
Okay.
Is there any part of you that thinks you described yourself as a sexist? Allegedly. In front of his own constituency on a national television and with a by-election 2 weeks away, that's what he's got. The posts, the deletions, the pattern, Carol Vorderman herself calling it disgusting, all of it dismissed with one word and a bit of a shrug. His answer was that he was brought up by women, as if the women who raised him would like to hear about Carol Vorderman's comment, as if I was brought up by women has never once been an adequate response to being called sexist.
I won't accept that label. I mean, a lot of the things have been said 15 years ago. I hold my hands up, I've made mistakes. And said
the one about abortion was just 2 to 3 years ago.
I'm just addressing the first point where she said, where I was given a label that I won't accept. I was brought up by a single parent and my grandma, who was a widow, and an older sister. So I was brought up by women. I've got nothing but respect for women.
It's almost like saying, I can't be a racist because I've got a black friend. Then Question Time ended and Nigel Farage went onto social media. He watched the same programme that you just watched, the Microsoft comment, the audience member, the allegedly, and his verdict posted to nearly 300,000 people was that his candidate had delivered a great performance.
In 30,000 more police officers on the streets, where are you getting these 30,000 people from?
When you say where they're coming from, you know, that'd be a problem for whoever is recruiting them. I mean, I want to focus on Makerfield. You know what I mean? I want to...
No acknowledgement of the audience reaction, no word about the posts or deletions, nothing about what allegedly tells you about the man asking Makerfield for its trust. Just a few words of endorsement and move on. I bet you any money he was absolutely furious. But that tweet tells you more about Nigel Farage than almost anything else this week. Probably thinks the base loved it, and to be honest with you, I should imagine some of them did. But because 4 words on social media is the total extent of his accountability to the people of Makerfield. The by-election is on the 18th of June, and the people of Makerfield get to decide what a great performance looks like. Farage called it a great performance from Robert Kenyon. The audience in Makerfield called it something else entirely. I know whose verdict I trust.